Hello. So, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be all about living at home during university. I actually made this video about 2 years ago and it's blown up recently. Like, it's gone crazy. It's got like over 8,000 views, which is a lot for my channel. So I thought I would kind of film an updated version because I filmed that whilst I was still at uni and now I finished uni, so I've kind of got the full experience and I feel like I can kind of give you more information and more like knowledge about it. It's that time of year when everyone's going to uni or they're going to like a new school. Everyone's just doing something new and it's kind of a scary time for a lot of people. And I know personally I was so anxious about living at home during university because everyone told me not to do it. So I always used to search for these videos myself. So hopefully this will help any of you who are kind of feeling the same. You're feeling a bit nervous, a bit anxious. It's all going to be okay. I will leave timestamps to different sections in the description in case you want to skip to a certain part, because I'm going to be talking about a few different things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's get into the video. To kind of start this video off, I'm just going to explain to you my experience, like my story. That sounds really deep, but like what happened to me. I started university in 2016. I didn't know where to go. I was in sixth form. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go. I was looking at Lincoln, which from my house is about an hour and a half drive, so I would have to live there. And then I was also looking at Coventry, and for my course Coventry University was actually a really good university in terms of like facilities and things like that. Also, I eventually decided that I wanted to stay living at home, so I personally chose to go to Coventry because it's about a 45-minute drive from my house, so I could easily commute there. The main kind of reason I decided to do this, and part of me regrets this, but I was in a relationship at the time with someone who lived like 5 minutes away from me. We'd been together for like 2 years at this point, and I was like, we're meant to be, we're gonna be together forever. So I was like, I'm gonna stay at home because I don't want to be away from him. And can I just say that, I mean, it's a bit late now, but I do think that if you're staying at home purely because your partner is there, it's probably not a good idea, because I think when you are in uni you go through such a change in your life. I feel like you grow up a lot and you kind of, I personally became like a completely different person in a good way, I think. I mean, you might disagree, but yeah, so I think staying at home purely for your partner is a little bit of a risky situation because you don't know whether you're going to stay with them, and in my case I didn't. So I mean, it's obviously up to you, and it's all good me saying this to you now, but when you're like in love with someone, you're just like, no, I'm gonna like stay for him or her, we're gonna be together forever, and that's fine, but just think of all the possibilities that could happen. Okay, that wasn't the only reason I decided to stay at home though. I also wanted a car. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to afford a car if I went to uni because I knew that I'd have to pay for like accommodation and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the main reasons I chose to live at home. Also, Coventry isn't exactly the nicest city, so I didn't particularly want to live there. I did actually apply, this is a fun story. I applied for accommodation and I just kind of decided actually I didn't want it. There was a particular accommodation that I wanted and I didn't get it, and I kind of took that as a sign that I wasn't meant to live there. So I just didn't. My course at university was 3 years and I stayed at home for the first 2 years, and I chose to move out third year, which I think is a bit of a weird way around to do it because a lot of people choose to move out for the first year and then stay at home for the next 2 years. But I did it the other way around because I just like to be a little bit different, you know. But yeah, that's what happened to me. I actually chose to move out 3rd year because I'd broken up with my boyfriend by this point, and I was just in a place in my life where I was like, you know what, I need to do something crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna move out, and I did, and it was an interesting year, like living away from home. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that, but living away from home, especially at university, I think is really different to just kind of moving out by yourself. So I went on to my old video that I filmed, and I've got quite a few comments, and I was going through the comments trying to work out what things people wanted to know about, and the main kind of topic that came up was about making friends. And I know that personally for me, this was my biggest fear as well. I was like, I'm not gonna make any friends, no one's gonna like me, I'm gonna be on my own. I feel like you always hear about the university experience and how you're gonna make all of these amazing friends and they're gonna be your friends for life. It doesn't really work like that, like it just doesn't. So I think in my case, I had a bit of a different experience to what you might have, because my course was very, very small. There was only like 30 to 40 of us to begin with, and we actually had like a group chat on Facebook before we even started uni, so we all kind of knew each other's names, we knew what each other kind of looked like, we had a basic insight. I don't know what just happened, but I think my throat just like wanted me to stop. It was like, no, I've had enough. Yeah, we all had like an insight into each other's lives, so it was a bit of a weird situation because we all kind of already knew each other in a weird way. I always thought that I was quite a shy person, like I always thought I was quite reserved, but when it came to talking to new people, I was quite good. Like I am quite good at just like talking to people when I meet them, because I think I'm a bit of an over talker sometimes. Like sometimes I talk too much. So yeah, that's a problem. So on the first day of uni, I drove into uni because obviously I was commuting, so I drove to uni and I was pooing my pants, to put it nicely. I remember I walked in on like the first day, and oh my god, every time I think about this, I'm just like, oh, why did this happen to me? I walked in to like a full classroom, like everyone was already there. And I think it's because I was a bit late. Let me just say, if you're driving into uni, first of all, you might find issues with you're definitely gonna find issues with parking. No university has enough parking for students, and it's actually a problem. So I ended up getting a parking ticket on my first day, so that was really good. After the first week of uni, I was like, no, like I can't do this whole driving business, so I decided to get a train, which was probably a much better option in the long run. More expensive, but more convenient. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Like don't think you're gonna be able to just drive everywhere, because it's not quite that easy unless you're gonna get there at like 5 AM. So because I struggled to park, I was like a little bit, not late, but I wasn't like early, and I really wanted to be early because I wanted to be like the first one there, because my biggest fear is walking into like a room full of people and everyone's just looking at you, and that happened to me and it was not fun. So I walked into the room and I got lost as well, so I had to ask someone where to go. Oh, I walked into the room. Hi everyone was just there was me just like chilling, and yeah, that happened. So I sat down, and I sat down by myself, which maybe wasn't a good idea. Maybe like go and sit next to someone, because then you have the initial person to talk to, you know. But I was just looking around the classroom and I was like hoping someone would talk to me, but like no one really spoke to me, and that was fine. But eventually throughout the day, I just kind of started talking to people, you know, and that's how I met my close friends Steph and Kim. Actually, did I meet Kim on the first day? No, the first day was when I met my close friend Steph. So I started talking to Steph, and then we got talking about our YouTube channels, because we both had YouTube channels, and I was like, oh my god, someone else has a channel, and it made me feel really happy, because I was really scared about it actually. I thought everyone would like take the mick out of me. My biggest advice to you in terms of making friends if you're living away from uni is your classmates, like the people that are on your course, are gonna be the people that you kind of have, because people that live at university obviously make friends with people in their halls. Like that's just what happens. Like everyone makes friends. I mean, some people are very unlucky and don't like anyone in their halls, but a lot of people do build quite close relationships with the people they live with. But when you're living away from uni, obviously you don't have that, so you kind of have to make more of an effort than the normal person. So like I had to really try and make friends, and I did, luckily, but it wasn't like as easy as just like living with people and making friends with people you live with, you know, like you've got to actually talk. And I think if you're a shy person and you don't really speak to anyone, you're going to really struggle in terms of making friends, because you just got to talk, you know, like it doesn't matter what you say, just talk. Most universities will have some sort of group chats that you can join, and I actually found one of my closest friends now, Megan, who like I go to the gym with, and she's like one of my closest friends now. I found her because she commented on like I don't know, it was like a post about people commuting in like the Coventry University like group page. I don't know, it was weird, but she said, is anyone commuting from this train station? And I was like, oh my god, that's my train station. So I messaged her, and then we just became friends, and then ever since then we've been like really good friends, and it's like crazy. Actual madness. Yeah, you do really need to put yourself out there, and you do really need to like try and make friends, you know, like it's not as simple as letting people come to you. It doesn't really work like that. I think you have to make effort as well. And yeah, join like group pages, join group chats, like just try and get to know people. I'm a very overly like friendly person when you first meet me. Like I hug everyone I meet, and I'm just like, hi. People hate it. That's probably my main advice I'd give you about making friends. Just put yourself out there, join group chats, join group pages, talk to as many people as you can on the first day, and just put yourself out there a bit. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. No one knows you when you go to uni, and it's quite fun because you can become a whole new person. If you want to be a hat person, you can be a hat person. Wear hats every day. Or if you want to start wearing eyelashes every day, wear eyelashes every day, because no one knows that you didn't used to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's actually quite fun having a fresh start. So I think I was very lucky, because in the first week I did make quite a lot of friends, but that's because I already knew them from group chats and things like that. So that's kind of that section. Now I'm going to talk about Freshers Week, and this was the second main topic that people were asking about, because I think Freshers Week is built up to be this magical, amazing thing. Like everyone thinks of Freshers Week when you go to uni, like it's just the first thing that comes to your head, like Freshers Week, like it's going to be like the best week of your life. First of all, it's not, but secondly, it's not that deep. I went out once during Freshers Week, and that's because one of the girls that was on my course let me stay at her student accommodation for one of the nights, which was so nice of her. But like I nearly didn't do it because I was really nervous and anxious, and it's just because I never normally put myself out there. Like I'm not the kind of person to just stay around someone's house that I don't really know. Do you know what I mean? But because of the situation, and because I knew that I had to put myself out there, because I was in a more, what's the word? I had a lot less advantage than the people that lived at uni, because they could all meet up with each other, and they did. And I remember actually I think it was like one of the first nights, everyone from my course met up, and I couldn't go because I lived at home. So yeah, Freshers Week isn't amazing. Like, I mean, maybe it is at some unis, but Coventry University it's very average in my opinion. Like it's not this mad party that you think it's going to be. Like it's average. Also, when I moved out for third year, I was living at uni, so I went out like all Freshers Week pretty much for third year, and it wasn't that special. So please don't think you're missing out on anything amazing, because you're not. It's not that deep. Like it's literally a night out with alcohol, and you don't really remember it the next day, so it's kind of just a waste of time and calories in my opinion. I think that if your main kind of aim in going to university is nights out, like going out all the time, because believe it or not, a lot of people do go to university purely for the social life. Like they don't actually go for like the course or anything like that. They literally just go for the social life, which is fine, but like a little bit crazy because that's like 27 grand of debt. But anyway, if that is your main aim, I do think it's quite a bad idea commuting to university, because realistically, the first 2 years of uni when I lived at home, I went out like probably like 5 times at the most, which, yeah, kind of says it all. If you live in the same city that you're going to university in, it's completely different, because you can get like taxis in and you can get taxis home. I couldn't get a taxi home, it would cost me ridiculous amounts of money, and no trains ran that late either, and it just wouldn't have been a good idea. For me, I really did miss out on the social life aspect of university for the first 2 years, because I didn't really go out. My friends that I was close friends with on the course, they didn't like going out anyway, so I couldn't go out with them. And my friend Megan, she also commuted, so yeah, I will say that the amount you go out and the social life you have probably won't be as great as someone who's living at uni. But if you don't really care about nights out, it's not that deep, like it's not. I think you've just got to remember that, I don't know where I was going with that. So the next topic I was going to talk about is the difficulty of going on nights out, but I've kind of covered that during the Freshers Week thing. But just to reiterate it, it is going to be more difficult, and again, like I said, you have to kind of put yourself out there, and you might have to ask to stay at your friend's house. You might have to, I don't know, if you're really that desperate, like book a hotel. I am getting a number. Oh my god, I'm getting a phone call and I'm nervous. Okay, one sec. Why do I look so orange? Wait, no, this actually isn't okay. So I was just on the phone for like an hour and a half because if you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not know, I actually had a car accident yesterday. So I'm dealing with like insurance and things like that, but I'm probably going to talk about it in a vlog, so stay tuned to find out all the gossip about that. Right, let's just move on to the money aspect. Okay, so money is the one thing you will benefit from. Oh my god, can everyone actually just stop? Trust me when I say living at home when you're at university is honestly the perfect opportunity to save. Please don't go out and spend all of your student loan on, I don't know, clothes. The first year I actually did that and it was really bad, and I shouldn't have. I could have saved probably double what I have now. Save. Honestly, you will thank your future self if you save your money. Like, trust me, living at home when you're at uni has such an advantage of setting you up for the future in a weird way, because you can save for, I don't know, a deposit on a house, or you can save for a car or something that's like really important that you need. I do think that that is such a positive of staying at home, and that is one of the main reasons I'm actually glad I stayed at home, because I would not have any savings if I had moved out. And now I feel like I have enough savings to kind of be a little bit secure, like not like secure, but like a little bit secure. And I know that if anything, like if I need to pay something, I know, like if my car broke, I know that I could pay to fix it, do you know what I mean? Biggest piece of advice I can give you, save your money when you're at uni, because you will appreciate it so much. And people living in halls, sadly, are known for kind of going in their overdraft, because sadly a lot of people don't get enough student loan to actually afford accommodation. And that's another reason a lot of people stay at home, which I personally think is really sad, because yeah, I don't really know how the whole student loan system works. It's a little bit of a messed up system in my opinion. The money side of it, you will probably be happy because you'll be able to save a lot of money. I also kept my part-time job. I only worked weekends, but it actually helped quite a lot. There is like the advantage of kind of having 2 lives as well. Like I felt like I had my life at home and then had my life at uni, and it was quite nice because when I was fed up of my life at uni, I'd just get the train back and I'd come back to my normal life. Does that make sense? Like it's a little bit weird, but when I actually lived at uni, I kind of couldn't get away from it. So it was nice living at home and coming back, you know? I feel like I've kind of pretty much covered everything. I think overall I had a fairly good experience of living at home during uni, but I did get to experience both because I did then move out for 3rd year. But if you are going to be living at home and you're nervous about it or you're anxious about it, please just know that it's actually not going to be as bad as people have probably made it out to you to be. Like everyone was banging on at me about the university experience and how I was going to miss out. I didn't really miss out on a lot. Oh, I'm getting another phone call. Hello? Today has been a weird day, can I just say. I'm actually filming this on the day that you're watching this, so hi. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope I covered everything. I mean, I probably didn't because this is such a big topic to talk about. So if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer all of them. I hope you guys are all feeling like positive. Feel positive about it, because it is going to be an exciting time. I still had a great time at uni despite the fact that I lived away from home for 2 years. No, I lived at home for 2 years. I personally don't think I preferred one or the other. Like, I didn't prefer living away from home. So I think that probably says a lot, to be honest. You're all going to have a great time. It's going to be good. It's going to be positive. You're going to make friends. You're going to go out. It's going to be fine. Everyone just needs to meditate. It'll all be good, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. I'm so drained, so much has gone on today. Okay, bye guys.